Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast, Ohio's second favorite golf podcast.
No, it's number one. Stop!
And
Don't do that.
Don't the nation's 26th favorite golf podcast.
Who said? Why'd you say number two? You're gonna get me fired up already.
Me.
No, it's number one, and you know it's number one.
No, I thought you said it was number two, and we were
no.
Why
would I say it's number two? It's number one.
I don't know, because it's not number one.
Now, rule number one is I'm number one. Rule number two is they're number two.
You're number,
number
two.
We
You're
are
number
one.
Two.
We are one, baby. We are one. 1 in 27. 1 out of 1 and 27.
Right.
We get those. We get those every month. We just got the listing last.
Well, I don't get them. You get them.
No, you get them.
No,
JP gets them. JP gets them. You know he gets them. He
gets them when I send them to him. When I get them, he doesn't know how to do that stuff.
Number two. Don't ever insult me that way.
Right.
I know I'm number two in this show, and you ain't even got you ain't even got the intros done yet. Before
I didn't even introduce you yet.
I know. Thank you. This is how you do because it's your show.
We are From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I am your host, IndyCarTim, and that guy over there complaining and bitching and moaning all the time about being number two is PGA of America member Mr. Johnny Gerber. Hello, Johnny. How are you today?
Well, I was good until you started these outlandish.
What are you talking about?
These outlandish rankings. Outlandish.
I just go based on what you told me.
No, I didn't. I gave you the whole list.
Two.
I gave you the list. No, stop.
You said we're number 26 in the country and number 2 in Ohio.
I guess that's it. I guess the show's over because we're number 2. I'm not doing this. I'm not going to fight with you. I'm not.
Struggling.
Well, we got more important things to do than to fight on the air in front of people.
We do.
We can save that for the bar. Because it is Travelers Championship week, Johnny. The umbrella tournament where the winner gets $5 and an umbrella with an umbrella stand.
And it's not the Arnold Palmer umbrella either. It's the one of them cheap ones. It's one of them Gustbusters. You ever see those Gustbuster umbrellas?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. That must be an Ohio thing.
Just like you don't know about the rankings, so we'll just move on.
I just know things that I'm told, and if I'm told wrong, then I don't know. How do I know? But before we get into the Travelers and Rory McIlroy, we need to spend a little bit of time recapping the U.S. Open because we did not have a show on Monday because, once again, golf takes priority over the show as Johnny was in a tournament that they didn't even win.
Yeah, we did.
What's up with that? Who was your partner on Monday?
We won. I won my match, and he won.
Tournament?
It's a match play. It was a match play. We only had to play one person. It's not over yet. We're in the quarterfinals.
Oh my God. So this is like a round robin tournament where you play once every week?
How about that? Is that good enough for you?
Okay, you just took some flowers out of a vase and then put the vase in front of the camera.
I'm gonna kick your ass next time I see you. This show is not going well from the start. I can't. This is what happens when I don't bring you booze when I come to Dallas. This is what happens. That's not booze. That's beer. That's completely different. That's a different thing between booze. So you're getting back at me because I didn't see you when I was in Dallas. So I get it. Yeah. I get it all out.
Well, you weren't in Dallas. You were in Fort Worth.
I know. So get it out. Just get it out. We'll get it all out in this first 5 minutes, and then we'll.
You had vodka with you, and you couldn't even meet me to give me vodka.
Well, I didn't drink it. I promise you, it's still.
I know. It's because you don't drink that stuff. You give it to me, and you drink the good stuff.
Well, yeah, the good stuff.
Tomstown.
Yeah. Tomstown's great.
Tomstown even from
Kansas City. Tomstown's good. Don't disrespect one of our new sponsors coming up. Don't do that. Yeah, it's great. So. It's the best ever. It's the best vodka I've ever had.
Well, we'll see about that. I've had some bad vodka, by the way.
That wink, nod, right?
Tomstown is not one of them. It's
good.
I mix it anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But Johnny, we've got a lot of things to talk about. with the 124th U.S. Open now a week behind us. And, man, you and I were on the text machine texting each other a lot during this weekend and had some thoughts on Bryson, on Rory. And unfortunately, I was drunk when I had all those thoughts, and I don't remember any of them. But I do still have some feelings and some emotions. Number one, and I've always been a fan of Bryson, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, kind of, because he's different,
Right. I've always enjoyed Bryson. However, for some reason, everything he freaking did that weekend, especially on Sunday, pissed me off to where I was red in the face, ready to punch something. Every single time he was on camera waving at the crowd, pumping his fists or waving his arms, whatever it was, pissed me off, like to no end.
It's almost like fake Phil, right? He almost does it to like, that's what Phil used to do. And it got to the point where it was almost too fake. And that's what kind of bothered me a little bit. Like, I know he's trying to repair his image and things like that. And Liv has helped him with the team events that, everyone's saying how good of a guy he is now and he's changed and all this. And that's great. Hey, listen, people who evolve and, we always try to evolve. I try to evolve and try to get better, but he actually went out of his way to do things that just, you're right. I have the same feelings that you do. It was almost too much. I like that little cool interaction when he didn't hit driver on 14 and he hit an iron and then gooned it to the right. I like that little interaction. But
he's like, don't get mad at me.
That extra stuff was just like, man, okay. But you still gotta, respect your playing partner that you're with a little bit.
Yeah, and I realize now, a week removed from it, why it pissed me off so much. Why everything he did got under my skin. It's because he's on that other tour.
Yeah.
Dude, if he was on the right tour right now, if he was playing full-time on the PGA Tour, he would be my favorite golfer in the world right now. And I would have been cheering and pulling for him, probably over Rory at some point. And we'll get into Rory in a minute. But because he's over there at that other tour that doesn't matter, that no one cares about, and that nobody can watch, and he was wearing his stupid other tour team logo all over his clothes, that
the Wesley
pissed me off
Crushers.
first and foremost.
The Crushers.
That pissed me off first and foremost, dude. And from the time I saw him on Thursday wearing that garbage all over himself, I was out. I wished nothing but failure on him all week. And look what happened.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, you should wish him to win, and then he'll fail, right? I think that's what you did at the PGA Championship when Xander, you wanted him to win and he didn't. But
I did.
Isn't it funny? Like, I don't know, just to starting learning more about all these guys' contract is, Brooks Koepka negotiated the contract that he's the only person that doesn't have to wear that stuff. Yeah. Like when he plays on the US stuff. But, to go back to Bryson a little bit, I thought it was just too much. It reminded me so much of fake ass Phil, which, I despise Phil more than anything else. And then
I know.
It's like he didn't have to do it that much. And, you got to respect your playing opponent a little bit. And, hey, this is a man of the people and all that stuff. Oh, that's what Phil was too. And then now you come out with, 10 years later, you really realize how big of an asshole Phil was. So listen, I get it, man. He's trying, but I just thought it was a little bit over the top.
And I don't think Bryson's fake. I don't think any of that was fake or put on because he's on the big stage. I think he was really excited and super emotional. He just didn't really know how to control his emotions. And like I said, if he was playing for the right people on the right tour right now, I would have. And that's another thing that pissed me off because he deprived me of that, of being excited for him. Because if he was playing on the tour and this was happening to him, dude, I can't even tell you, I would have done 3 or 4 live broadcasts during the day, during the tournament, to freaking pump him up and express how happy I was and how he was playing and do a bunch of shorts about it. But the fact that he's not on the right tour, and it was a major, and now we got other tour guy winning a major, pissed me off to no end, dude.
You're not going to have to worry. I mean, he's in the next 26 major championships. So, and then by that time, this thing is going to merge anyway. So you're going to see certainly a lot more of Bryson when it comes to these events. So that's a little bit water under the bridge. A little bit too is, I mean, how, when you're not playing in front of those crowds like he normally is, and you get in that crowd and you get in that situation, maybe that's what he thrived on, right? Because he wasn't used to it for so long playing on live. But pretty much not going to have to worry about that for long, because it seems like, if you look at these last majors, including Koepka, what is it? Probably 6 or 7 of the last 12 that live guys have won. So I don't know what the number is, but it's not going to matter before too long. They're going to merge. If you look at the ratings that they were for the U.S. Open, they were massive just because the storylines and what was going on. And so, I think they get through this year, and I firmly believe at the start of 2025, you're going to see more of these live guys and all these events.
And then finally, I think we could almost go ahead and crown a new biggest choker of all time and take Greg Norman off of that pedestal. I know Norman did it more times and for longer, but dude, what in the hell happened to Rory? Because I don't know if you saw this stat, before he missed those 2 putts that were 3 feet and inside to cough up the lead, for the year, he was 456 of 456 on putts that were 3 feet and under.
Well, not only that stat, this week, the whole week, which the U.S. Open is firm and as fast as these greens with the pin placements, he didn't miss a putt outside of 8 feet all week.
Nope.
And he's the only one that didn't. So, who knows? Rory's, do I feel bad for him? Yeah, he played so well, but taking that little sample size coming down to the stretch, his big sample size certainly didn't have him choking, but we only see those little sample sizes. But I thought Rory played well. I thought I can certainly understand his disappointment not going to the media. I can certainly understand, but at some point you got to do that, dude. You can't just roll, especially with Rory. You got to put it on your shoulders, man. You got to jump in that media, because he could have saved a lot of grace. He could have saved a lot of all this speculation and people talking bad about him if he'd have just given him 15 minutes, man. And he didn't. And I get it. Heat of the moment, you're in that spot. Certainly disappointing with all the pressure on you, especially what was going on in his personal life over the last 6 weeks. I get it. I certainly get it. But hey, man, that 20 minutes that he could have, probably could have saved him a lot.
Yeah, there's no question
of a lot of stuff that's going to probably come to to be talked about over the last over the next 5 weeks before the British Open starts.
So let me ask you this, because this is something that's been trending and making the rounds on social media, and I saw something on Golf Channel about it earlier this week. Have you heard the theory about Bryson's illegal putter?
No.
So there is a better than 90% chance the putter he used for the entirety of the U.S. Open was illegal.
Well, probably not, because here's why I tell you this. USGA is the governing body. They do all the testing on putters. They're not going to let him use an illegal putter. It has to come to form. So whoever's saying this stuff, they don't know what they're talking about.
Well, it's been a number of different sources, and the first one to come out about it was, I can't remember his name. You probably know, the guy that was the late Grayson Murray's caddy last year.
Yeah.
He came out with this, and then it was corroborated by a number of other people who said they saw the same thing. And it has to do with the angle of the shaft from the putter head, which the rule is it's got to be at least 10 degrees away from the putter head. And his was there was TV shots of it, and there were stills that I saw. There was no lean in that shaft from the putter head at all, dude. It was a 90-degree, perfectly up and down from the blade of the putter. Because his is extra long anyway, because he's got and the grips are extra thick because he's got that weird straight arm grip. But, dude, I don't know, man. From everything, and there's no way anybody will ever do anything about it. Like the USGA is not going to take his win away or anything like that. They're never going to even investigate it. But the fact that that's come out now and it's kind of a thing circulating, floating, I don't know. It just seems about right for a Bryson win for something like that to pop up because of how crazy his clubs are and what he does with his salty balls and all of that crap that came out too before. It's just I just think it's funny. I don't know if you've seen that or not.
Any of these things that he plays with, especially at that level, especially playing the USGA, that is the governing body on club conforming. if he had any issues with it, he would have, if any question, he would have actually went to the USGA, say, hey, listen, is this good? So if they say yes, it's good, then he's good. Yeah. Like he's not going to put anything into play that's going to jeopardize that. So, hey, whatever. I mean, he's not even worried about that.
It shouldn't be, because again, they're not going to take it away. I just thought it was an interesting narrative coming off of his win. And look, we did this with Norman a lot back in the day when he was giving away tournaments, and I'll do the same thing with Rory. Yeah, we say Rory choked, but dude, Bryson came up and snatched that victory away from him. Bryson's great play had as much to do with him winning as those 2 putts that Rory missed. Rory had a 2-stroke lead with 4 holes to play, something like that. And dude, Bryson just didn't blink, man. That's what he does. When his game is on, that's what he does.
Well, I certainly think he won it on Saturday, shooting 3 under par on Saturday. And, that's what it's Saturday's moving day, man. And you get left behind, and he separated himself so much that he didn't have to, have a superstar or super performance on Sunday. I thought his comments maybe would hinder him a little bit. I said 5 under would win. We did the Fan Sports Sunday on before in preview on the U.S. Open there in Columbus, and I thought 5 under when I thought it would come back a little bit, and it was. I mean, really, if you didn't hit that miraculous shot on the 18th hole, 5 under was the number. But he separated himself on Saturday. I thought that was really kind of got him in a spot that he didn't have to have so much pressure to have a great score, which everyone else did on a U.S. Open Sunday, which is almost impossible to do. So, I thought he won the golf tournament on Saturday as opposed to Sunday.
Sure, and again, make no mistake, Rory did cough up some strokes, but Bryson had to do what he did in order to be there to take it away from him. So, kudos to Bryson.
I don't think people. I mean, some people do, but I don't think the majority of people understand how good that shot was on 18. A 55-yard bunker shot. For a pros, it's the hardest shot in golf. Mm-hmm. In amateurs, there's no chance. I mean, it's that shot that he hit was. He'll tell you it's the best shot he's ever hit, certainly in those circumstances. But I thought he had a lot of good breaks on Saturday. How poorly kind of he drove it, but that's what you have to win a tournament, especially in the U.S. Open. So, hey, listen, like I said, I thought he won it on Saturday, not opposed to Sunday.
So let's give all the credit to him. Now, we kind of touched on this, the Live Golf versus the PGA Tour stuff. And I know this doesn't bother you as much as it does me, clearly, and some other stuff. But is it bad? Is it a bad look for the PGA Tour when you've got Live Golf guys winning and dominating these majors?
No doubt about it. 100% it's a bad look on the PGA Tour guys. It is on the PGA Tour for sure. I mean, you're letting your superstars leave. I mean, you are. You're just because, and we've talked about this months and months ago, years ago, when this thing started, that if there's anything good Liv did for the game or the PGA Tour, it made the PGA Tour change, right? Changed in things that they needed to change that players were griping about for a long time. Now, they're going to be forced to figure out a way to get these superstars back. I mean, the Koepkas, Dustin Johnson still moves the needle. Bryson DeChambeau, a lot of these guys, the PGA Tours are losing sponsors. How much better do you think the field at the Travelers would be if you had Dustin Johnson, Brooke Koepka, Bryson DeChambeau, all these guys? Like it's a better event. And like I said, yes, it's certainly a bad look on the PGA Tour when you have the Live guys winning what I think it's 6 or 7 of the last 12 majors.
You know what's funny is until you just said his name, I forgot Dustin Johnson even existed.
Most people did too. I mean, he's the typical example of what Live could potentially do to you, right? All this bread and all this money, and then golf is just whatever. But that was DJ anyways. I mean, he's arguably one of the most talented guys there. But Dustin Johnson wasn't playing past his 40s. He's just not. He's just not in his. It's just not in his DNA, and he wasn't certainly playing the Champions Tour. So. Hey, was it a good move for him? Yeah, but Dustin Johnson still moves the needle. He really does when he's playing well. I mean, there's no one on the PGA Tour or professional golf that has more talent than him.
Yeah. And you seem to be, before we get into our first break here, you seem to be a lot more optimistic about this merger thing than I am. And I'm sure you
don't have a choice
that I haven't heard, but
they're not going to have a choice. They're getting forced to merge. They are.
I'm just not sure it's going to be the merger that we all think that it needs to be, where they just unify them into one tour. I don't think that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be, they're still going to be separate tours, but they're going to merge their points and play a couple of common tournaments.
There'll be different times of the year, because the PGA Tour is ended in August, September, and won't really start back up until January, February. So you'll use that as an off season potentially. But do something for me. I know you don't want to watch, but you're a numbers guy and you can find this. I'm going to tell you, there's probably going to be more people that watch the Live Golf in Nashville than there is the Travelers on this week, just because Bryson DeChambeau is playing.
How are you going to watch it? You can't watch it. What's it on?
It's CW.
Nobody gets CW. I don't get CW.
Yeah, you can get CW.
What, with rabbit ears?
No, isn't the Frog?
That's the Frog. That was the CW. Yeah, that was the Frog.
I'm just telling you, the ratings. The ratings will be.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that.
And that's the kiss of death for the PGA Tour. That is the kiss of death.
All right. Well, you know what? We're going to pay attention to that. You need to remind me over the weekend, though, to watch for that, because I'm curious.
How can I remind you?
You remind me when I'm only half drunk.
Okay.
But my prediction of Tiger making the cut and Phil missing the cut did not happen, because Tiger missed the cut too. They both missed the cut.
Yep.
Scotty Scheffler had quite possibly, not quite possibly, it was his worst appearance of the season. He should have missed the cut, barely made the cut by a stroke, as the cut line came back to him rather than him going up to the cut line. The cut line
didn't play good on Saturday. Shouldn't
have been playing at all.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Scotty Scheffler's done. He may not win another tournament the rest of his career.
You said that at the beginning of the year. He wasn't going to win a tournament.
I did say that for the season. I almost was right. It took him forever to win his first and second, third, fourth, fifth.
Yeah, 3 weeks?
Yeah, something like that. All right, we are from the rough right here on FanStream Sports. We are live right now on Facebook, on X, on fanstreamsports.com, and on the FanStream Sports mobile app that you can download for iOS and for Apple. I'm sorry, iOS and Android. We're also live on Instagram, and we're live on TikTok right now with about a bajillion people watching us on TikTok right now. Johnny, say hi to TikTok.
TikTok.
What wasn't okay? That's fine. We'll go.
I don't know how to say hi. Hey, we got a bunch of. Thanks for everybody following us on TikTok. We started this a few weeks ago. Appreciate y'all. Is that how I'm supposed to do it? I don't know.
Yes. Pretend like you're interested.
Okay.
Bryson.
Buenos dias to you then, TikTokers.
We're not
are they TikTokers?
Mexicans.
Okay,
Mexicans in Ohio.
Yes.
All right. Probably not very many though, because it's cold.
Well, Taco Bell's not going to be a sponsor, certainly, if you keep using those types of.
Not Mexican. We are from the rough right here on FanStream Sports. We're going to take a quick break. Coming on the other side, we're going to talk about the Travelers Championship. Preview that, and then we'll come up with our picks for you. Johnny's winning picks. Had a good week. We'll talk about a little bit of that, as well as his winning picks for you. That's all coming up. But first, we got to pay some bills. We'll be back after this.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about Turf Life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to TurfLife.Club.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today, snag that window decal, or snag any other special Turf Life accessories, and go over there to that website, which is TurfLife.Club.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the temperature, ensure your home is totally secure, all from the palm of your hand. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Start by going to the website, GetStarPower.com. That's GetStarPower.com.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. That is PGA of America member John Gerber. Coming off an exciting and eventful 124th U.S. Open. Not sure what everybody's thoughts were. We just gave you ours. Probably not too far off of ours. I can't imagine anybody expected what we saw or had a problem with what we saw, other than if you're a huge Rory fan, maybe. But,
anyone that has comments, please comments on the text line. Give them the text line, bro.
214-937-0569 is the studio text line. If you are watching on Twitter and you have access maybe to another phone or tablet or something, you can shoot us a question there, a comment. We'll see it. If you're watching on one of the other video services on X, on YouTube, our YouTube channel, FanStream Sports TV, our YouTube channel, or, of course, Instagram or Facebook, just comment. We'll see it. It'll pop up here. We'll put you on the screen and make you part of the show. We appreciate everybody that is tuning in right now. But it is time now to get to this week's tournament. Normally, guys, if you're unfamiliar with the show, we do a Monday recap for the weekend, and then our Wednesday show is devoted strictly to the preview. But because Johnny had to gallivant around on the golf course with some blonde, we couldn't do the show Monday.
So everyone that knows me and watches this show, he's lying right now because everyone knows I don't like blondes. So he's making up some stuff.
You're trying to get her for me.
He's making up stuff right now.
Hey, speaking of not blondes, how's Maria?
I've been busy, man. I ain't been, Monday we played a long day. Yesterday we had another match for Orion Cup, and today's Wednesday. So now, and then I get the great pleasure of getting back to Ohio and seeing Nancy and Jerome tomorrow for 4 or 5 days. So I'm looking forward to that. So listen, unlike you, I'm busy. I'm a busy person.
Yeah, I'm not busy.
Yeah.
I'm so busy I don't have time to meet women on my own. I ask you to find women for me in Kansas City, so I have to drive up there to meet them.
And that's a full-time job to do that. So you think I don't
find women for me?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I won't dispute that.
Yeah.
I don't know. If they say yes, that's my type, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even care anymore. No kid. I don't want kids either. I got enough of those. Please no
you
kids.
Do.
And you got to be between the ages of 22 and 26.
You certainly have 3 or 4 foursomes that played in the U.S. Open this week. That's for sure.
Don't say foursome in my name in the same sentence. That'll get me in trouble.
Okay. All right. Next show, please.
Internets.
Johnny, the 2024 Travelers Open takes place. And it's going to take place without one of the bigger names, as Rory has bowed out. Probably for mental health reasons is really the only thing I can think of, right? Like,
yeah.
Embarrassment. Has anybody ever bowed out of a tournament because of embarrassment?
Well, it's a tough weekend, and I thought there'd be more people withdraw from the tournament, even though it is a signature event. It's just it's long. You know, we talked about this kind of, a few weeks ago, how the schedule is set, and signature event, U.S. Open signature event, and then 2 weeks before a signature event. So it's tough. It's a tough little stretch, and obviously next year will change. I think the schedule is a little bit messed up due to the Olympics, so I think that's hurt. I mean, I know Jack having this schedule the way it is wasn't very happy the way it's set in the schedule, but normally it's Memorial, Canadian Open. So you had 4 in a row, kind of, because I think Canada was a signature event, right? Was it a signature event?
Yeah.
So you're kind of doing that to those guys, and Jack wasn't very happy, but normally Canada wasn't a signature event. And the Memorial isn't a signature event, but it's one of the highest purses on the PGA Tour, and these guys don't miss it. And it's a smaller field regardless. So, it's just circumstances of the schedule kind of hurt them. But, I'm surprised more people didn't withdraw, even though it is a signature event after last week.
And the tour's already come out and said they're changing it back for next year. They're not going to do this again, because of you already had guys, playing the U.S. Open and now going to the Travelers, and then the Memorial. The Memorial was the big thing because it's a hard course, and then you got the U.S. Open is a hard course, and a lot of guys were complaining about those back to back. So, and again, it's you said it's because of the Olympics.
Yeah.
Coming later this summer. All right, they're just kind of jostling everything around. Number one, I'm going to have a hot golf opinion here for you. Why do we have golf in the Olympics? Who cares? All right, we got the Ryder Cup. We got the President's Cup. That's all we really need. We don't need the freaking Olympics. That's like when they put ballroom dancing in the Olympics for like 2 Olympics. Come on. Are we going to have go-kart racing in the Olympics?
I like golf in the Olympics.
I don't. It's unnecessary. I mean, I'll watch it if it's there, but I don't think we need it. I think it's too much for the players to deal with when you already have all this other crap you got to deal with. I just think it's dumb. I think it's too much.
Okay.
I'm just telling you. So I need you to make a call and fix this, Johnny.
Okay.
This needs to be the last Olympics that has golf.
So we should have the Olympics every year now? Is that what you want me to do?
No. And you know what? We don't need Summer Olympics. Why do we even have Summer Olympics? Nobody cares about any Summer Olympics events. What, track and field and swimming? Whoopee, we did that in high school. All right, that's like having soccer in the Olympics. It's
not going to lie to you. I like the women's gymnastics. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, well, you don't have to have the Olympics to watch that. They have world championships like every week on NBC Sports. Go watch it there. We don't need Olympics. We need Winter Olympics.
So thanks, everybody, tuning in for the Olympic show. Thank you very much.
We need luge. We need bobsled. We need the skeleton. And we definitely need hockey. You know what we don't need in the Olympics? Basketball, flag football. We don't need any of that crap. We don't need Summer Olympics, period.
There's flag football in the Olympics?
It's the first year they've got flag football, men's and women's flag football in the Olympics, yes.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Or is that this year? No, I don't think it's this year. I think it's the next one. But that's been a big – the NFL's behind it. It's a big NFL thing. That's just silly. To me, that's as dumb as having golf in the Olympics.
Okay.
I'm just telling you.
I like the soccer, though, in the Olympics.
I don't like soccer for anything ever, anywhere. It shouldn't exist. It shouldn't exist past 11 years old, all right? When you turn 11, you should be forced to stop playing soccer. It's unnecessary. Go play hockey.
I don't know. They make more money. They make more money than any sport in the world. It's the biggest sport in the world.
Money somewhere where it belongs in another sport. Soccer's dumb, John. Should we just end the show there?
Yeah. Thank you for, first off, you called me John. That means you're mad at me because you never call me that. So that means something.
Did I call you John? No, I said Johnny.
That's why I know when Nancy's mad at me, she calls me something else besides a different name. She never calls me. It's like, time to go. Time to go.
Sorry, Nancy. So anyway, we will be John at TPC River Highlands in Cromwell, Connecticut. They're up in the Northeast. But the weather's really good this time of year up there, I bet. I mean, Connecticut's beautiful anyway.
Yeah.
But the problem is we've got the unstable par 70, which isn't as unstable as the par 71, which we don't ever need. Occasionally I can see the par 70, especially when you have a short course like this. It's only 6,800 yards long. And as you mentioned, it's a signature event, $20 million purse. Again, Rory won't be here. Scheffler's coming off his worst showing of the season. Xander Schauffele won here a couple of years ago, so he'll be hot. You got a lot of guys that are going to be looking to right their game here. Ludwig Oberg, who was in contention at the U.S. Open up until Sunday.
Love him this week.
Huh?
I love Oberg this week.
I do too. I didn't put him on my card because I knew you were going to.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I knew you were. And yours count more than mine. I didn't want to jinx you anymore.
4 winning weeks in a row, 4 profitable weeks in a row, which is good. Yeah, we've had a great. Well, how about that big hit on Davis Thompson? I kept telling everybody, massive hit on Davis Thompson.
Well, as long as it wasn't Taylor Montgomery, that's great.
He wasn't in the field, so I didn't have a choice there.
Exactly. I'm surprised you didn't put him on there anyway.
I might wild card.
If he's here, or if he's playing golf somewhere, he's probably playing golf somewhere.
Yeah,
we probably put odds
I think
on that.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
Oh, is he? Good. He can stay that way. Probably got hurt playing soccer. Colin Morikawa, your guy, soon to be single Colin Morikawa.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that too.
Victor Hovland, Patrick, your boy Patrick Cantlay, all will be looking to get back to form. Hideki Matsuyama, Jordan Spieth, who might be on my card against my better judgment, JT, and of course Wyndham Clark are going to kind of round off the field there. So what have you seen or heard anything about how the course looks, how it's playing, any AWC that they can expect this week?
Well, you never know. I mean, this time of year, they got some, they got those thunderstorms up there, and the humidity. It's all relative, but it's one of the hardest walks on the PGA Tour. Certainly, the players love this event. It's one of their favorite events. How well they're treated. The golf course is, like I said, it's extremely hilly. You got to go low. Yeah, I mean, it's even though it's not a signature event, this tournament's been well supported. And I like it that you really some of the toughest greens on the PGA Tour to putt, and course knowledge is a factor here, certainly. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, you can get that pop-up thunderstorms like you can kind of anywhere, like the Midwest or there when you get that humidity. So, no, with with the big names there this week, it's certainly going to be a birdie. It's the tournaments that you hate. It's going to be extremely low scoring.
Are you talking like 20 plus under?
It's going to be 18 probably, 18 to 22, and it's a par 70, right? So,
I don't know.
Like I said, like it's one of these places that you hate, but it's a big field, it's a great field, and you're going to see these guys go super low, and it's the 2 or 3 shortest golf courses on the PGA Tour. So length isn't really definitively a factor, but can help if these guys want to take some risks and get it down the fairway in some of these long guys, but it's not certainly one of these golf courses that the Bombers certainly have an advantage.
And then as far as history, I don't remember who won this last year. I didn't even look it up. I know that Xander won 2 years ago. I can't remember who the defending champion. Normally I would write that down. I remember who it was, but
I do.
I mean, any expectations for Scotty to bounce back? And do we know why he played so poorly last week? Was it just the course? Was it sheer exhaustion from winning so much? Did he have gel flashbacks or something midweek? Or to be honest with you, I haven't seen or heard any Scotty Scheffler news out of the week other than he shouldn't have made the cut.
Well, you won't hear anything. I mean, he keeps it pretty close quarters. But listen, it's fatigue, right? I mean, certainly fatigue is certainly a factor. And listen, man, you can't play well every week. You can't. You just can't play you can't play well every round every single week. And it's just one of those weeks that I think fatigue took a toll on him. And it is the U.S. Open. You just can't. You can't miss shots. You can't be a little bit off, or you can potentially in another PGA Tour event. It's just not It's just not that place. And Scotty Scheffler is not sharp as most people sharp. So like I said,
Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah, so there it is. That's my guy, Chris Kohler. He should have been on the show today.
He can be on the show whenever he wants.
I know. But what do you say? I mean, like I said, you just can't play well every single week, and it's just he had an off week. So I don't see much from him this week. Again, fatigue's a factor. It's a very difficult golf course to walk, and I mean, he can maybe shoot 10, 12 under, 14 under, but that's not going to win the golf tournament.
No. So what we will do, Johnny, is we will take our final break of the show, come back on the other side, and give everybody our picks, my dartboard picks, which don't mean jack squat because I'm not a professional handicapper like Johnny is over here. We'll go over some of John's recent winnings, his record here, his matchups, and talk about that, and then give you his bona fide winning picks for the 2024 Travelers. We will do that here shortly. First, we got to take our last break of the show. I'm IndyCarTim. That is Johnny Gerber. We are from the Ref right here on FanStream Sports, and we'll be back after this.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the perfect temperature, and ensure your home is secure, all from the palm of your hand. Star Power has the experts that will transform your house into a secure, smart home. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Get started at GetStarPower.com. Star Power, where innovation meets home.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about Turf Life. What is Turf Life? It's pretty much, if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the Turf Life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the Turf Life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to TurfLife.Club.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other Turf Life accessories. Show everybody that you live the Turf Life, and we'll see you there over there at that TurfLife.Club.com.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out OrionGolf.com. Hey listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Ref right here on FanStream Sports. I am IndyCarTim at IndyCarTim on the X. That is Johnny Gerber, PGA of America member Johnny Gerber at JGerber PGA Pro on the X. You can also find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. However, we would greatly prefer you find us over at fanstreamsports.com, where you can get all of the great FanStream Sports programs, all of the back episodes, as well as any live programming we have via video and via audio only. So if you're in your car floating around and you want to listen to some FanStream Sports audio, just head over to fanstreamsports.com. Connect your phone to your Bluetooth in your car if it's not already there, and just click on the audio. You'll get a great audio stream of all of our current shows with all of our great talent. Well, most of our great talent, but mostly me. More me.
And thank you to let's see if I do this right. Thank you for all of our new followers on TikTok. Thank you very much for following us. Is that better?
Yeah, that's fine too. We'll roll with that. I mean, you'd find the first. Well, the 1B was fine.
Yeah, roll B. Player B is always better than the first one. Trust me. You know that.
You don't TikTok, do you?
No.
I'm not sure you could navigate TikTok, to be honest with you. I can barely navigate TikTok.
Well, if you can barely do it, what do you think I would do?
Well, you just now got your first iPhone in 2024, so
yeah,
I don't know if you can navigate.
And they got me. They knew. They just saw a sucker coming in. They bait and switched me. I walked in there just to get a different phone, right? Because I was a Samsung user forever.
Yeah.
I walked out of that damn place, man. I got a new iPad. I got an Apple Watch.
You wear it?
Yeah, I got it on. But I'm tired of it buzzing. I'm tired of it buzzing on me. Like I think, I don't know if it messes up
on it.
I know, but it might mess up my heart palpitations.
No, other things are going to mess up your heart palpitations, and it won't be your watch.
Now, if we talk in private, you can't be saying this stuff on the air.
It's not a Jaeger secret or anything. Come on.
All right.
Speaking of Jaeger, I'm about to hit the Jaeger machine hard after this show, right before the cold.
We still have some in there?
Oh yeah, it's good, man. I've been hitting we're out of Fireball though. I hit all the Fireball the last couple of weeks. By the way, for those of you listening and interested, we'll be back on TikTok and all of our other great platforms at 7 p.m. Central Time with the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim Show with some thoughts on the Dallas Mavericks season and then the sports world in general as we embark on making nonsense out of sense.
You think the Dallas Mavericks season was a success or a failure?
Oh, it was a massive success, but it also revealed some glaring deficiencies in
Kyrie.
No. Kyrie had a great season.
Okay, a great season, but listen, the season was irrelevant. But the playoffs,
he had a great season. He didn't have, and he had a great playoffs. He didn't have a good finals. Okay, Drew Holiday might be the best defender in the league, and he was covering Kyrie the entire finals. So Kyrie's good, but he's not Michael Jordan.
You think Luka will ever play defense?
Well, and that's where we're going tonight is because if Luka could just play a little bit of defense, the Mavs would have had a better chance against the Celtics. So because they play defense over in the East, they don't do that so much over here in the West. So
I just thought Boston was better, and I'm a Dallas fan. I just thought they were better. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, no, and they are, and they're better coached. I think Jason Kidd got exposed as an average coach that he is, because he is an average coach at best. And I don't know. We're going to talk about it on the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim Show. So everybody,
just my thoughts. I thought the additions to the role players were fantastic. I think if they didn't have them, I think they wouldn't even have got nowhere close. And I think that those acquisitions for the Dallas Mavs, those role players, made them significant, especially on defense. As bad as Luka is on defense, I thought those guys played a fantastic role in what they're doing.
Yeah, there's no question. So, yeah, successful season? Absolutely, because I predicted them to miss the playoffs this year.
Okay, fair.
Which they would have had they not gone on a 16-2 run in the last 2 weeks of the season to make the playoffs and get up into the 5th spot. So,
yeah,
my prediction was about to come true. It just did. So, anyway. Well, Johnny, it's everyone's favorite time of the show here as we get into our picks.
You got cut off. What happened? You got so excited you got cut off.
Coming back. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, you just got so excited you just got cut off.
No, I had a stupid mouse that I use has buttons where the thumb goes, and they're browser forward and browser backwards buttons. So sometimes I hit that backwards button and it just takes me out of the picture. So get you back over there where you belong. There you are. All right, Johnny, let's get into Tim's dartboard picks, as we call them, because I literally just don't know what I'm doing, and I just try to see how good I can get every week. And I've had some hits, not often, and not good hits, but I've had some good hits.
You're getting better.
You always gripe at me for picking the favorites. Well, I went with the 30-1 with Tommy Fleetwood as my winner this week.
Yeah,
think of that.
It's awful.
I know they're all bad. Even Jordan Spieth is going to miss the cut. So I got him at my top 10 at plus 360.
Well, there's no cut this week, so I don't think he's going to.
No, and he'll miss it. I'm telling you, man, he's going to miss the cut that doesn't exist.
Yeah, maybe.
Then my top 20, there's no money to be made here. We talked about that off the air, but I don't make my picks for money reasons. I just try to look smart in picking guys without picking the favorites all the time. But Sepp Strackett plus 125 for my top 20. So
my name is Sepp.
So
he's been playing good golf. He's been playing good. It's not a bad pick, with the exception of he just, you got to beat. You only have to beat 60 people in the field, right?
Right, exactly.
And he's playing good. That's so great. And he's playing good. He's really playing good. And he's not in the best shape in the world, man. Playing 4 weeks in a row might hurt him. That's my only.
He's almost in the bad shape as Luka.
I took him off the board for one of that reasons, and you just can't make any money on him. I mean, really, you just can't. So, not a bad pick. The card's not bad. Tommy Fleetwood, how can you ever pick that guy? I mean, the guy's – come on, dude.
He's got good hair. I like his hair.
All right. I mean, if that's what this is exactly why your picks are so great. This is what you base your picks on. If he's got good hair, is the color.
That's not what I base all of them on.
Well, most of them,
just some of them.
Okay.
All right, let's get into Johnny's picks because they're the ones that are going to make you some money here on From the Rough and at Fan Stream Sports. As Johnny's got some winners this week, I'm confident.
Well, just feeling good coming off last week, even though we haven't had a winner, but we are profitable the last 4 weeks in a row, especially a great hit last week on Davis Thompson. So we definitely in the positive this week. We've done extremely well on our matchups, 44, 18, and 6 on our matchups this year, 44 to 18 and 6 after coming off a 3-1 matchup record this weekend. Only reason we didn't go 4-0 is my main man, I don't even remember who it was because I tried to erase him out of his mind, made a Michael Dublé double bogey on the last hole to lose to go to 4-0. But 44, 18, and 6, guys, in our matchups for the year. And we just got in the positive side again after 4 weeks in a row as positive on the money side. But love the card this week. I really like going into this week guys who played pretty solid at the U.S. Open. They're going to go into this week feeling that this golf course is really easy and birdies are, listen, you got to make a ton of birdies this week. So if you look at the card, you're going to see some guys that I liked last week, especially at the top of the board, Ludwig Oberg, Steve DeBerg. I don't care what you call him.
I don't think he's playing.
Yeah, Steve, I don't care. Something Berg, whatever it is, St. Petersburg. I don't know what it is, but at 12 to 1, I love this guy this week. I really thought he played well. He played fantastic last week, except with the exception of 3 holes. And that can do that to you in the U.S. Open. First U.S. Open he's ever played, third major he ever played. And that experience, I think, last week is going to propel him. I know he's short odds at 12 to 1, but I really like him. I love him this week at those odds to win the golf tournament, 12 to 1. Russell Henley, 26 to 1. Look at this guy. He made more mistakes on the par 5s, which there's only 2, so there are only 8 all week. He made the mistakes on the par 5s, but I like this guy to make a ton of birdies, and this is what you're going to need this week at the Travelers Championship. 26 to 1. I love Russell Henley. Sahith Theegala, 31 to 1, which is weird. I want to bump him up to 32, but every time I move the numbers that I actually don't see, they don't have a bad showing. So I can't fudge the numbers, but I don't like 32 to 1, 31 to 1. I like 32 to 1. Great success. 2 years ago, it was his first chance to win a PGA or second chance to win a PGA Tour event besides Phoenix. He knows this golf course really well. I think he's going to have some discipline. He didn't play well the first round of the U.S. Open because I think he tried to hit driver too much, and he kind of nailed it down a little bit going into the second round to make the cut and played really solid on the weekend. 31 to 1. I want to say 32 so bad. I just hate saying 31 to 1. I don't know why. But 31 to 1.
Weird number.
Yeah. Sahith Theegala, I like him there, and that third spot is our outright winner. Ham sandwich pick this week. JT Poston at 80 to 1. It's a really good golf course for him. He's played well here in the past. Getting him at 80 to 1 in a short field, he can make a ton of birdies. I don't know what else to say. 80 to 1, I thought that was great value. 2 top 10 picks this week as always. Victor Hovland at plus 220. Man, he just has way too much talent to not really put him in this card in a short field. Didn't have a lot of – he played terrible at the U.S. Open the first round. kind of came back a little bit, but I certainly didn't have a good performance. We talked about that at the beginning of the week. I didn't think he hit the ball high enough to put him on our card last week at the U.S. Open. This is a place that the greens aren't going to be nearly as firm. They're going to be a little bit softer. So I think he can get the chase out there. But I love him at plus 220 to finish in the top 10. Greatest putter in the world besides me is Denny McCarthy at plus 425. I like him this week. He's had, again, listen, success here. We always talk about horses for courses. This guy does it. This guy can putt these greens. They're top 5 on the hardest putting greens on the PGA Tour. You put a guy like that plus 425 to finish in that top 10 with the flat stick that he has, I'm going to put him on my card all day long, and I like him in that top 10. 2 top 20 picks this week. I played around with this. I like Sepp Straka. I like a couple other guys, but there was no value in putting him in the top 20 with such a short field. So I had to go down the list a little bit and see where there's some value. Listen, guys, we do this for money. We don't do this for just, hey, listen, for pride and looking at making $120 to finish in the top 20 doesn't do anything for me. We took a flyer last week on Davis Thompson in the top 10, cashed in massively. I think this is a good value with Seamus Powers at plus 300 and Victor Perez at plus 300. Play 300 also. I'm going to call this guy Vic now. Vic is my guy. Victor Perez, I'm going to call him Vic because 2 weeks ago we cashed in. A lot of you guys on Twitter, TikTok, they don't reply to me on TikTok because I haven't really got on that. But Facebook, you're like, why are you picking this Victor Perez? We don't know who he is. Well, I do because I call him Vic now. His name is Vic. Victor Perez is going to cash in to finish in that top 20 for us at plus 300. Same thing we had. You said to me last week that you didn't know who Davis Thompson was. I'm telling you, Victor Perez at plus 300.
Never said that.
I didn't say you. I'm saying everybody else is cussing me out on social media. They don't.
Idiots.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So love both these guys at plus 300. So that's our card this week. I like the card. You see some of the value that we see here. In terms of guys playing good last week, they're going to have the mentality of, hey, last week was extremely difficult. They're going to play extremely easier golf course. No substitute for playing good golf. And that's how I kind of base my card this week.
Struggling.
Lots of golfers will be struggling, but Johnny's picks will not be struggling. Give us your, 41, 18, and 2? Is that what you said?
44, 18, and 6 on our matchups. And we'll be doing the matchups, obviously, this week, Saturday and Sunday also. If Tim is able to get out of bed and post them on time. So that's sometimes we're not. No, not always. Stop.
Single. There's been one time like months ago that I missed one because I was in bed. I didn't hear my phone.
That's because I have to get up at like 5 a.m. and study and send them to you. Because if you don't get them by 6, I know there's something wrong, and I have to send them again. And then by the time these guys tee off, because they're not. Listen. The guys who follow, this is the most important thing. Follow the system. We talk about this all the time. It's most important. Whether it is follow every week, play the plays. But you have we're not gonna. We usually don't pick the premier matchups. We don't. There's very rarely we'll pick. The
there's
leaders.
No money on them.
Well, there's not. It's not that. Well, on the matchups, no. Yeah, there is money. It just depends on it.
On the matchups.
It's these. It's just these obscure matchups that you don't think. I mean, some of these guys. I know some of these guys that don't play well if they're not even in contention. They might be going out to New York City this week if they made the cut and what are they going to do? So that insight is what gets us to some of these obscure matchups that's so early and they're teeing off so early. That's why I got to call you at 5 o'clock in the morning to make sure you get it out by 6 because these guys are teeing off before you even go to bed. So let's make that clear.
Well, Saturday mornings, I got to crawl over 2 or 3 people to get to my phone. Okay, so it's just not always conducive.
And those are called your kids and Eli. So and your dog.
They're
so
not
I get
in my bed with me, sir.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm not even at my house. Just telling you that right now.
Next show, please.
So yeah, you guys make sure you tune in to our. We won't do a show Saturday and Sunday mornings, but we'll do. There'll be
no show Monday. Also, no show Monday. I'll be with Nancy and Jerome on Monday, but we'll do another show
on the show. They can be on the show with us.
That's not going to happen.
Nancy wants to be on the show. I think
we can't afford them. We can't afford them.
Nancy will do it for free for me for like 10 minutes.
No, she won't.
I think she would. I'm gonna text her and talk to her about it.
No, okay.
Just don't get mad when I text your mom like everybody else Because I work for her. Don't talk to me like I work for you.
We all work for her.
We all work for Nancy. So yeah, make sure you tune into our social medias at IndyCarTim, at J Gerber PGA Pro on X, on Instagram, Facebook. I am on Threads as well. You can follow me there at IndyCarTim. Anywhere you can find us, we'll post the also LinkedIn. By the way, everything goes on LinkedIn if you're up to that. So find it. Make sure you follow the system like Johnny says, and we'll make you a little bit, or he'll make you a little bit of money. I'll just give you some laughs. That's what I'm here for. But anyway, we will not be back on Monday. We will be back on Wednesday to recap the Travelers, talk about some other stuff happening during the week, and to talk about Johnny's picks. So until then, boys and girls, y'all keep hitting them straight.